What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trust Boy V back with another video. Today we're gonna check out these nostalgia restaurants and different stores that I want to check this out because I remember Blockbuster, I remember Radio Shack, I remember Joe's Crab Shack, I remember what is that place? Little Caesar, not Little not Little Caesars. It's a restaurant. I can't think of it, but I remember these small stores and these different places that's not here no more. So I just want to go back to nostalgia and look at some of the old school restaurants and stores that may not be here, but you know, they always have memories. So let's get into the video. This is Miss Mojo. So we normally react to regular Mojo, but this is Miss Mojo. I don't know what the difference. I guess one's a man, one's a woman. I don't know, but let's get into the video.
Reduced down to this one original location.
Number 10, Yogi Bear's Honey Fried Chicken. When Eugene Broome founded this chicken chain in 1968, he wanted to capitalize on a familiar pop culture brand.
I'm in a satellite race with my baskets in space. Yay!
After actor Jackie Gleason turned him down, Broome contacted Hanna-Barbera, which agreed to license the character of Yogi Bear.
But I suppose I ought to force feed myself to keep my strength up.
When it comes to eating, Yogi can't be beaten.
Broome's honey-flavored seasoning was a hit, and when the restaurant started to take off, Hardee's bought it out for $1 million. However, the company neglected its small Carolina-based subsidiary. With costs rising and sales declining, it began shutting down locations in the 70s. The giant statues that decorated the restaurants were dumped in a vacant lot in North Carolina, turning it into a creepy cartoon graveyard. Today, the last Yogi Bear's Honey Fried Chicken is privately owned and still going strong in Hartsville, South Carolina.
This is the last Yogi Bear. Originally, they were twins.
Number 9, B. Dalton. This mall-based bookseller was founded in 1966 by Bruce Dayton, who for some reason decided to change the spelling when he named the store after himself. At its peak in 1986, B. Dalton nearly had 800 locations across the country.
Definitely time for another cup of coffee.
These and other page-a-day calendars make great gifts at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
Shortly after that, it sold out to Barnes & Noble, which kept the Dalton name on the stores. Shopping malls have been declining in popularity since the mid-80s and 90s, and the stores in them have suffered.
Over the past few decades, some malls across the country have become vacant buildings, stores closing and moving to online retail.
By 2000, B. Dalton was down to about 500 locations, and by the end of 2010, it was down to just 2. The last location closed in 2013, but in 2022, a Barnes & Noble in Florida's Oviedo Mall rebranded as a B. Dalton, bringing the name back to life.
There's another reason to give 2 gifts. You might get 2 back.
2 great gifts, just $14.95 each at B. Dalton Bookseller.
You can call me Books.
Number 8, Druthers. Like Yogi Bear's, Druthers was a fast food chain based in the southern U.S. It started under the name Burger Queen in Winter Haven, Florida in 1956 and expanded into Kentucky in 1961. By 1981, it had 171 locations in 7 states, plus franchises in England, Canada, China, and the United Arab Emirates.
So if you're really hungry, you know just what you want. Ask for Andy Davidson, Brothers Restaurant. Brothers Restaurant. Yes, sir.
That year, the company changed the name to Druthers to make it clear that it sold more than hamburgers. Unlike most of the businesses on our list, Druthers wasn't forced to shut down. Instead, it partnered with Dairy Queen starting in 1990 and converted nearly all of its locations to the Dairy Queen name.
Things are really cooking now that so many Druthers have become Dairy Queen restaurants.
But one Druthers franchise is still in operation in Campbellsville, Kentucky, and it's still pretty popular.
Regulars and tourists alike hope they never see this one boarded up.
Oh, I wouldn't like it.
Oh no, they can't close it.
Number 7, Triple X Family Restaurant.
2 things come to mind. 1, how did the Boilermakers really get their name? And 2, What in the world would they be serving at a place called the Triple X Drive-In?
This Indiana diner has a lot of history behind it. Triple X root beer has been around for over a century. You can still find it in some grocery stores. In the 1910s and 20s, the brand launched drive-in restaurants called thirst stations, eventually reaching over 100 locations throughout the US and Canada. That included one in West Lafayette, Indiana, which opened in 1929.
Chopsteaks burgers.
Never hamburgers.
They're called chopsteaks.
Chopsteaks. 1929.
The company changed hands a few times over the years, and one by one, the Triple X thirst stations disappeared. Greg and Carrie Erisman bought the West Lafayette location in 1999 and changed the name to Triple X Family Restaurant. Though they kept the iconic striped paint job, they later bought out the root beer brand itself in 2008.
In 2008, the Erismans purchased the Triple X root beer brand, rights, and formula.
Number 6. Century 21. In 1961, 3 Syrian immigrants started this bargain basement clothing retailer in Brooklyn.
We stayed, we rebuilt, we persevered, and we're here today. We are a very, very major part of our community down here. We love downtown New York.
Century 21 upgraded its look in the 1970s, but kept the low prices. Over the years, it slowly expanded, operating as many as 13 locations in 4 states at its peak. Surprisingly, it wasn't the switch to online shopping that killed this retailer. The COVID-19 pandemic turned out to be its death knell.
Century 21 announced it will file for bankruptcy and close all of its remaining stores.
It was forced to close the doors during lockdown in 2020, and its insurance company refused to pay out for the lost sales. The company couldn't recover and declared bankruptcy later that year. However, it never completely went out of business, and in 2023, Century 21 reopened its flagship location in Lower Manhattan.
The company filed for bankruptcy. All 13 locations closed. But now, Century 21 here on Cortlandt Street is reopened as of noon Tuesday.
Number 5. Lone Star Steakhouse and Saloon. Although it marketed itself as a Texas-style steakhouse, Lone Star started in North Carolina.
Come get a balanced meal at the Lone Star Steakhouse and Saloon. A nice thick slice of Texas.
From its founding in 1989, it rose to popularity fast, but its downfall would happen even faster. The chain went from 8 locations in 1992 to 265 by the end of 1997. The cowboy theme and huge portions soon had a number of copycats, including Texas Roadhouse, which first opened in 1993. In 2006, Lone Star was bought out by a private equity firm, which immediately began downsizing and remodeling to get rid of the Western decor.
Their website no longer lists any locations as being in Colorado. We checked on the one out in Golden, and we found this sign that says the restaurant closed Friday.
Through the Great Recession and another ownership change, Lone Star Steakhouse continued shutting down one by one. Now the last one standing is on the island of Guam.
Lots of exciting changes you have to see to believe. You'll want to come back again and again.
Found an error on your filed tax return? We'll show you how to amend it in this edition of Tax Tips by TurboTax. Filing an amended return is a common way to correct an error on a previously filed tax return. However, it's not the only way to address mistakes on a return. So, how should you handle errors on your return?
Yeah, I might worry about all that. On to the next.
Star Steakhouse.
Number 4. Wiener King. This hot dog chain was founded in 1970 by Ronald Howard, a plumber, not the director, and it grew to 70 locations across the eastern U.S. in just 6 years. By 1978, it was up to 168 locations, but the rapid expansion turned out to be a bad idea. Sales weren't high enough to justify the fast growth, and Wiener King filed for bankruptcy that same year. A judge determined that Howard had committed fraud, and the FBI started investigating him for tax evasion. New owners bought out the brand, but a lot of franchises were unhappy with the bad publicity and changed their names. Many of these franchises are still in operation, but only the Mansfield, Ohio Wiener King retained the original name. Number 3. Kmart.
Kmart, Kmart,
The new Solon Kmart will celebrate its grand opening starting Thursday.
Technically, there are still 3 Kmarts left, but 2 of them are in the Virgin Islands and Guam. The only one on the U.S. mainland is in Kendale Lakes, Florida. The company started under the name Kresge's in 1899, and the first Kmart store opened in Southern California in 1962. At its pinnacle, there were more than 2,000 Kmarts across North America. It was the second largest retailer in the country until 1990, when Walmart surpassed it. Then things went downhill fast.
If Target was more fashionable and Walmart was cheaper, what was Kmart?
And that became the problem. No one knew why you would go to a Kmart.
The president and chairman were accused of fraud, allegedly throwing away millions on planes, boats, and luxury houses while lying to investors and colleagues. After multiple lawsuits and bankruptcies, this once great American store is on its last legs.
But now it's the end of an era for this traditional store, but at least, for now, tucked away in Kendall, we still have a little piece of nostalgia.
Number 2, Hot and Now. Blame PepsiCo for the disappearance of this budget-friendly burger chain. Hot and Now started in 1984 in Kalamazoo under founder William Van Domelen.
I'd call the Bolt Jr. a better value. I'd call this one way too expensive. Bamberger! The new 69-cent Bolt Jr. from Hot and Now. A value like this is hard to beat.
By 1990, it was already up to 100 locations in 15 states, thanks to its super popular 39-cent hamburgers. That's when PepsiCo bought it out. The company started making changes, switching up the menu and reducing support for franchises.
The Big Big Cheese is a tastier, beefier, cheesier burger. When you say big cheese, you said a mouthful.
Van Domelen quit, followed by President Don Pierce. Franchise owners weren't happy. Restaurants started closing rapidly, and in 2004, the company filed for bankruptcy. A 2016 fire closed the Bay City, Michigan Hot and Now, leaving the Sturgis location as the last one. But the company opened a new site in fall of 2025, with more plans for the future.
It's one of those stories, you think about it, and when you get that idea, you don't know if it'll ever happen, and then it takes amazing people. It takes a lot of amazing people.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Blockbuster.
Man,
the last store standing is so famous, there's a documentary about it. The first Blockbuster opened in 1985, and it quickly became a booming business model. At one point, the company had more than 9,000 locations in operation around the world.
When Blockbuster first opened in 1989, one store opened every 17 hours and grew to 9,000 stores as part of a video revolution.
Of course, streaming services would eventually replace video rental stores. The Bend, Oregon location has been the last remaining Blockbuster on Earth since 2019, and it's become a popular tourist attraction.
In 2010, the company went bankrupt, and in 2018, the Bend, Oregon location became the last, and locals don't want to see it go.
The owners renew their Blockbuster trademark license every year so they can continue selling branded merch, which is their major source of revenue. If you're ever in Central Oregon, you should stop in and pick up a souvenir.
For those out-of-town guests, this has become a tourist destination. For some locals, they prefer stopping at a Blockbuster for their family fun, especially when they're snowed in.
Which of these businesses would you like?
Man, I remember Blockbuster like it was yesterday. I remember the one, and I was leaving the north side of Texas going to the south side, and we ran to a Blockbuster that was closing down. Oh, thought I heard something, but I remember it was a closings. They had closing sales. Man, we racked up at that Blockbuster. I had some good memories going to Blockbuster, getting movies, games. Had a lot of fun in them Blockbusters because Blockbuster was the spot, man. Hey, what we doing this weekend? Hey, man, we're going to Blockbuster. We're about to rent this game. How many movies you trying to get? About 2 or 3. Then bring it back a day or 2 later. Then next weekend, do it again. It was, man. Man, The early 2000s, man, Blockbuster was it. That was the spot, man. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. I heard of maybe 3 spots, 3 of these places. The other places, that was before I was thought about. But hope y'all enjoyed, and hope it brought y'all memories. Some of these places. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought, which stores that you went to, which store that you'll never forget and you have memories of. God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, love you. I love you. And man, I love these nostalgia videos, boy. Take me back. But y'all take care and have a blessed one. We out.